What's up, my fellow YouTubers? John here with SoCal Outdoor Adventure. It's great to be back with you. Today's video we are going to be checking out the AreoPress Go Plus coffee system. Stick around, this is going to be a lot of fun. Not bad. So today we're going to talk about this coffee system right here. This is the AreoPress Go Plus, and I do have to say that I am really liking this coffee press system, and I'll explain why in a moment. So I was actually very skeptical, but I've been using AreoPress in not only my camping kit when I go camping by myself, but I also do keep an AreoPress. I actually have the XL version of the AreoPress in my tent trailer, and sometimes and I also keep another small AreoPress Go in the tent trailer as well, because oftentimes if my wife doesn't want coffee, I just want coffee. I don't want to make a full pot of coffee and let it go to waste. I'll just make a small little pot of coffee, I'll just boil up some water. I'll use the AreoPress Go, and I'll go ahead and use that to make my coffee. So let's talk about what is the purpose of the AreoPress Go Plus. Well, the AreoPress Go Plus is basically a travel brewer, and this allows you to make coffee on the go when you're out and about, or when you're traveling, or whatever. I mean, the applications for this particular coffee press are endless. So let's check out everything that's involved. So first of all, you have obviously your tumbler, and this is a 20-ounce tumbler. Then the coffee press pops up, and inside you have your scoop, the stir stick, very nice stir handle, by the way. Then you have your press, and then you've also got your lid that goes on top of your cup, of your 20-ounce tumbler here, to keep the coffee nice and warm and stuff. And this does do a great job. I've been testing this product now for about 2 months, ever since I bought it. I bought this about 2 months ago, and I've been testing it ever since. I use it at home when I'm working, just to make a quick cup of coffee, in case I want to make a full cup. Whoops, there we go. I need to clean this thing really good. Yeah. So I'll take care of that when I get home. But so far, I have been very impressed with this coffee press. Now, the features that I like about this so far the most is the fact that, obviously, of course, you got your plunger. Here's the AreoPress Go. Here's the AreoPress. This does fit up to about, I don't know if you can see that, but it does fit up to about four things of water. And then, of course, you have your strainer. This is the strainer that it comes with. But the awesome thing about this AreoPress is that I can change the strainer. So I can switch out either the strainer from the other AreoPress Go and put it on this guy and put this one on that one, or vice versa. Or I know for a fact that AreoPress does make a espresso tab that you can buy separately that goes on here, and that runs about, I think it's like around $20. So I can easily put this on here, and then then if I want to, I can brew an espresso, but never been much of an espresso fan. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Anyway, as far as storage for the paper filters, you're wondering, okay, you don't have any paper filters, right? Wrong. The tumbler unscrews from the bottom of the cup, and there are paper, and it's actually a storage for your paper filters. I mean, look at how much paper filters that are currently in. I've only used about 5 of these filters so far, and I still got plenty. And all of these filters fit inside this cap right here, and they go, and it screws onto the bottom of the tumbler, and that is amazing. It's unique. So what was the purpose of buying this particular tumbler? Well, my purpose for this one is that I've noticed that if I want to get out early from camp, or if I have to be somewhere and I need to leave early, I want to be able to have myself a nice cup of coffee to go. And that is something that we'll discuss when we compare and contrast the AreoPress Go Plus with the AreoPress Go. And this guy gives me everything that I need. I mean, I have my coffee press, I can brew coffee, I have the filters, I can use the same filters from the original AreoPress, or I can buy other filters, and of course, let's be honest, those filters really don't cost that much. I mean, you're looking at anywhere, on Amazon, I found them anywhere between $5 to $10 to $20. It depends on the filter. If you get the stainless filter, the metal screen filter, which I do have for the AreoPress Go, I can use that same filter on this system, and that filter right there is $20 out the door on Amazon. So this is pretty awesome, and I really do like this. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and basically boil some water with my Fire Maple 1.5 liter kettle, and I'm going to brew some coffee with this system. So let's go ahead, get this fired up. And also, FYI, I am currently testing the Fire Maple 1.5 liter kettle, so I'm not ready to review yet. This is the first time I've actually been able to use it. But as you saw from the previous video, I did use it as part of kind of like a little carry system for this particular guy. And then I'm going to be using an electric grinder for this video to go ahead and grind me some coffee beans. Drop the cap. Always practice leave no trace. So I think we're going to go ahead and do it on the This coffee grinder only has 5 settings on it, so I think we're going to go ahead and do the second setting from the first. This is also another product that I'm currently testing out, and so far I like it. It's USB powered. It does have a nice handle to hold on to. The USB port is located to USB-C, so obviously it's universal. Next, we're going to go ahead and get the brewer set up. So we're going to remove our lid. Open at the bottom. We're going to take out one of our filters. was a technical difficulty. I guess I forgot to charge it. Well, good news is that I do have a spare coffee grinder. Oh, God. Let me try it again real quick just to make sure I'm not losing my mind. Nope, it's dead. I forgot to charge it. How do you like that? Well, the good news is I got some coffee. Now, from the previous video, in case you didn't notice, I did bring some pre-ground coffee, so obviously I could use that, but I'm trying to avoid not having to use it, to be honest with you. I have actually gotten used to bring whole beans with me to grind up to when I make coffee. And in case you're wondering, this is the new GSI Outdoors coffee grinder. I've done a video on this one before. If you're interested in that, I'll leave a link to that video in my channel. So in case you guys are wondering, like, how did I utilize this coffee system, or how did I utilize the AreoPress? I've actually been using it. I've been testing it mostly at home. I've used both pre-ground coffee, and I've also grounded my own beans. And whether I use pre-ground coffee or I use ground beans, I mean, this system really does work. There we go. Okay, we got a nice set of ground coffee inside tumbler. I've also got my cream and my sugar. Almost there. So while we're waiting for the water to boil, let's talk about the pros and cons of the AreoPress Go system, the AreoPress Plus Go Plus system. First and foremost, I love the fact that everything comes installed in the tumbler. I mean, you saw in the beginning of the video when I first pulled everything out of the tumbler, just how versatile everything fits inside the tumbler. Second thing I love about this thing is the storage capacity for the paper filters. I mean, you can carry a lot of paper filters inside of this container, and this is something that I've honestly used different brewing systems or different type of tumbler systems when it comes to drinking coffee, and I've never seen anybody ever come up with something like this where you can install the papers and yet it just screws on to the bottom of this guy, and voila, it's done. It's stored. You're ready to go. I mean, it's amazing. The next part about this system, the next pro for this system is that you can use the same filters that you use for the AreoPress Go. And I love the fact that the filters are not only switchable, you can switch them back and forth, but I also love the fact that you can switch the strainers from the AreoPress Go to this system, or this system to the AreoPress Go. Now, another also pro is that when everything sits together, it's going to be the actual lid. And you're thinking, the lid? What are you talking about? Well, simple. If you notice, on the press here, you'll notice that there are two plastic lips. There's one here, and they're thick. They're very, very thick. And what that does, the lid, when the AreoPress is put back together, nests right on top of that, so it allows you to store everything back inside of the container. And that's really awesome. The cons of the system is, obviously, con number one is that it does not come with any type of storage or carrying bag for you to carry the system with you. So obviously you do have to figure out something, but as you saw in the previous video of how I was able to create with just a simple haversack, I mean, it still works out. Next con I would say is definitely the price. I mean, you're looking about anywhere between $80 to $90 for this entire system right here. I mean, the AreoPress Go is cheap. It's cheaper than this system, but at the same time, in my opinion, this system outweighs the AreoPress Go in many different factors, and which we'll see in our next video. Alright, so we got our water boiling. Want to make sure we have our stir stick. Alright, let's brew some coffee. Oops. I made a little bit of a mess. I'm going to go and pour some more. There we go. I'm going to go and turn our stove off. Now we're going to take our press and we're going to press down. Nice and steady. There's also a QR code on the side of the press too as well, and it'll give you a whole bunch of different recipes for you to make and brew coffee with. There we go. And look at that. Look at that. So now we're going to go ahead and add our sugar. That's good. Next, our coffee creamer. And then we're going to go ahead and use our stir stick. Stir it all together. I'm going to make this another pro. I actually do like this stir stick. I actually do like it. The thing I like the most about the stir stick is the fact that it opens up wide, so that means that there's no chance of the actual stick falling into your coffee when mixing. And of course it does come with a scoop to scoop out your beans however much you need, and as well as your coffee grounds. Let's go ahead and put our lid on. I probably could have made one more shot of A little bit more to the top, but that's okay. Cheers, folks. Oh. Oh man. There's nothing like a nice, warm, hot cup of coffee on a beautiful day like this. And also too, there's one other pro I forgot to mention, and that is the pro with the tumbler. And this thing will fit in any size coffee cup holder you have in your vehicle. And that's another reason why I got this system, because I wanted to be able to, if I brew me a cup of coffee, I can make it in this, and I can put it in my car and take it with me and drink. And this thing, when the lid is closed, it does keep your coffee nice and hot and warm. Oh. So what are my overall feelings about the AreoPress Go Plus? You know what? I honestly have to tip my hat off to AreoPress, because this is honestly a coffee system that I actually really do like. There are other French press systems, there are other coffee press systems that you can purchase where you can take it with you on the go. I mean, the most common one that I've seen out there so far has been the Stanley French press system. But the problem with the Stanley is that the ground stay in the cup, which is fine, but you don't want to really mix in your sugar or your creamer, especially if you like sugar and cream with your coffee. But if you like it black, you're fine. But if you don't like it black, you want to add your special own fixings to the coffee, then that's going to be a bit of an issue. With this system, however, I can add my fixings. I don't have to worry about the ground stain in the coffee, and the cleanup is a snap. Look, you just pop off just like the AreoPress, you just pop this guy off, push it up, and look at that. You've got yourself this nice, solid puck of coffee that you can easily dump in the garbage, or you can throw in the woods if you want to bury it. Sometimes I like to make a little hole in the ground and bury this, because it kind of helps to trick the plants a little bit. But I always carry with me some type of a Ziploc plastic bag in case I don't have a trash can near me to dump this in. Leave no trace, right? Leave no trace. So, all in all, and I like how everything nests together in the coffee press. So all in all, this system is honestly a phenomenal system to have if you are in the market of purchasing, or you're looking for a great press to make coffee. I would highly recommend the AreoPress Go Plus. This thing, I mean, the price tag, granted, is steep, but Amazon does have its specials and its prices. Now, when I bought this, the regular price of this thing was $89.95. However, they did have a discount, and I used it, and that discount was $15 off. So I only paid $74 plus tax. So that is still, I mean, that is steep, again, for a coffee press system. But again, if you want a great cup of coffee, you want it on the go, you want to take it with you, this is honestly worth having. Oh man, I'm sorry, I'm just enjoying this so much. Not to mention too, the coffee that I'm drinking is those coffee beans that I just finished grinding right now. They were the last of the coffee from one of my favorite YouTubes, Dr. Hannah Straight, and honestly, this coffee is really, really good. So Hannah, phenomenal job, my friend. Phenomenal job. Oh, man. That is so good. That is so good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and finish doing my coffee so that way you guys don't have to hear me moan and groan when I'm drinking it. And then I will see you guys in the next video. So if you guys like this video, please give it a like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel for upcoming videos. If you like this kind of content, make sure you click on the bell icon to be notified of new videos. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, and get outside and have an adventure. Bye.